Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jester Kyle, and it is a kind gesture. You'd have me as your jester, but I want to be just your Kyle. I have spent about 3 mining trips getting more resources. We have plenty of redstone dust right now. I have given it enough time for latex to fill up, the internal storage of that. We do have enough for more steel dust. I forgot to switch that over between trips. But let's do the last entrance of storage capacity here. Because I also crafted a 4K storage part between episodes. I found out that to get into industrial foregoing, I was going to have to wait and be a little bit patient for things to kind of settle. So, the very last of everything is now in the system. So let's put these over here so that it's not like right next to the bed. This is very nice. This is a nice new layout to the base. No chests kind of like all over everywhere. I got a couple new enchants in here. So we got some projectile protection, some ender disruption, and the power 2, protection 2. So if we do get into a spot of trouble, we'd be able to enchant our armor and boost up our combat power. So everything's working pretty well. We are kind of out. We are beginning to fill up. Okay, so can't do too many more mining trips because that's going to fill up our storage. But everything's working well. If there's anything that someone notices is something wrong, please tell me in the comments. Other than that, we are doing pretty well. So the next big thing that I would like to get into is closing the gap, closing the loop on both these, the Furnators, and our Botania setup out here. They both use the exact same resource, which is coal, to generate power or another resource for us. And I feel like it would be in our best interest to close that system off, to be able to switch that into a way that we can forever get pretty much unlimited resources, or just generate plenty. Sounds like we have another alligator. Is that right? Yes. Hello. Hello, Mr. Alligator. Bubbles is back, I guess. Because the other one, old one despawned because we were unable to throw a name tag on it. So let's get into industrial foregoing. The first thing that we're going to need is a latex processing unit, which will require 1 bucket of latex. So, 2 redstone blocks. We'll make a petty machine frame for us. A furnace. Should be easy to make. And the only thing left is getting another bucket. So we should be able to just walk up to one of these machines and voila. Now it's going to start processing the extracting more latex from the tree stump in front of it. Latex processing unit. Welcome. Currently recording an episode, so I'll be with you in a moment. Okay, so latex processing unit will require power, and that is why I was working on the steel. So steel is steel and redstone will allow us to create some more basic universal cables. Basic universal cables will allow us to run a cable from down here to over there. So let's go one more down. Oh, and my jetpack is currently processing. Currently filling up. Okay. Let's also create a hole down here so we'll know where we're headed to. Okay, so these will process faster, and this will be able to process itself. Without that, the latex processing unit would not be able to process at all. 10, basic universal, good thing I made 3. Let's make a tank. And sync this with JEI. More iron. More iron is required, you say? Well, let's get some more iron crafting. So, pro players don't run out of iron, unfortunately. Let's see. I'll need a tank and basic mechanical pipes. Oh, and I don't think we'll need the configurator because I believe the these machines will auto output as long as I set them to auto output. Direction push. Direction latex push. Yep, and latex is filling up. So here and then here. And the latex will... Oh, this will also require water. So let's get another kitchen sink. So what are we missing for the kitchen sink? Terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go craft that up. How many have we made? Enough. Let's build a tank so that we can store some of this latex. And, okay. Store any excess latex. And we'll need water and the configurator. Sink. Ooh, sink needs more iron. So we just need to be a little bit patient while while everything crafts up. But these are working at max efficiency right now, or would be max efficiency. I could boost it up a little bit higher by putting some increases in there, but as it stands, we've got plenty. We've got plenty of speed. So we will need to build two block placers right here, so that they will forever be kind of have logs in front of them, but that isn't super critical with our first amount of latex. Our first latex should go into crafting of the tree farm, so that we can forever make sure that power is going to be a-okay. Because right now we are drawing 6 FE per tick, and these machines will draw even more. So if our basic energy cube ever runs out, then our controller will run out, because our controller now requires 6 energy per tick. So each one of these will generate 200 FE per tick. So if we're able to get even one of these furnators up and running at all times, we will be in a far better shape. Okay, there we go. We should have all the basic parts. One piece of mechanical and a sink. Missing a bucket. Three more pieces of iron then. Oh, because the buckets went into the latex processing unit. And there we go, 3 more pieces of iron. Bucket's got to be filled with water. Sink. Everything but the kitchen sink has got to go. Thankfully, it keeps the bucket. So this, exactly the amount that we need. And pull, and this will be filled up, and this will forever process latex for us. So we are now good to go. The more tiny dry rubber that we get, the better off that we will be. So we just need to wait until this crafts up 9 for us. No, 18 for us, before we are able to craft the plant gatherer, and then we'll need another 18 for the plant sower. So hopefully we have enough latex here. I think it's like 100 each. So 984, 988. It's it is 100 each. So we do not have enough latex for even one of these machines. So we are going to have to either do a large jump cut and wait, or we are going to have to do something else this episode. Or it's just going to be an incredibly short episode. Oh, gotta get this tank here. Because sometimes you need to craft with latex. So let's put this tank off to the side right now, because we don't need to craft with latex. We need a lot of this tiny dry rubber. So yeah, we need about 400 more latex than we currently have, but that's just something that we'll have to wait for the fluid extractors to do their business. Everything else is up and working. We now have ore doubling. Maybe the next thing that we should work on is ore quadrupling. We would need, let's see, that mechanism. We would need a lot of thermal evaporation controllers, thermal evaporation blocks, so that we can make a thermal evaporation tank to process brine for us. So I believe that should be our next large project. We have 157, that should make 200, no, 300, 320, just shy of 320, so 314 copper bars for us, which should be enough for the mechanism at mechanism. So let's add these over to the left-hand side. We will also need to make a enriching, crushing, compressing factory, I believe it is. Purifying and injecting factory, I think is what it is. Okay, so copper can be made through smelting crushed copper ore. The smelter can take copper dust. What are the ways to make copper dust? Crusher and enricher, dirty copper dust. Copper clump. Those are from stream going well. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for asking. So oxygen, copper ore, and before that you can make the copper clumps, copper shards with hydrogen chloride. So hydrogen chloride and the copper ore will get you 4 copper shards, and that is the ore quadrupling. So hydrogen chloride is made in a chemical infuser with hydrogen and chlorine. Chlorine is made from brine, and brine is what you get from a thermal evaporation chamber. So it shouldn't be too bad. So let's add the electrolytic separator to our list of things that we would like to craft. Electrolytic separator. Sodium. Where do we get sodium from? Decondensing sodium, liquid sodium, electrolytic. Chlorine. Use of chlorine. Make a chemical infuser. I'll just add it there. No, I gotta find it over here. Chemical infuser. Okay. Hydrogen chlorine. Chemical injection chamber. We'll need to make one of these. And the use of these, purification chamber. Okay, and then from the purification chamber, it goes into the crusher, then the enrichment chamber, then the smelter. Okay, which is all machines that we do currently have. We might need to make new ones of all those. So to do all this is going to require an immense amount of steel, because each one of these is going to require, and it looks like diamonds for the chemical injection. So, yeah. Electrolytic separator. Steel casing. This one's got purification chamber, so steel casing. purification chamber, so steel casing. So yes, we're going to need lots of steel. Okay. So 25, and that's 50. So hopefully that's going to be enough. But that is going to be our next big project that we work on. And let's process all this copper ore too. So, while we wait for this, hey, we have 18. So we can make one of the 2 machines that we need. So let's make a dry rubber. Let's make a plant sower. So everything uses the smeltery. Everything uses the smeltery. We're gonna need a lot more diamonds here too. Metallurgically infuse them in for the chemical injection. So this is 1, 2, so 6 of those. 6 reinforced alloy, and each reinforced alloy requires let's switch that in. Copper dust can be ready and waiting. This is processing as fast as it can. We are now draining lots of power. So let's get some planks. Yes, this is all going to require a lot of power, and this is the main reason why I want these furnators running potentially at all times. So 4 running at once, we are increasing our power supply as opposed to decreasing our power supply. Even with 3 machines running at once, they get very power hungry the more that you craft and create and build and process. But yeah, so let's get the plant sower up and ready. And then we can also get, we're going to need a lot more steel to run a basic universal cable all the way through this channel, all the way over here. Even further actually, because that's just where the plant gatherer is going to be, as opposed to where the plant sower is going to be. But let's craft up a plant sower. So pistons requires iron. That was one of the reasons why we were crafting iron down here. Okay, furnators are still running. Iron gears. Gonna need more of those, and we're going to need more for that. Okay, just lots more iron. Okay, plastic will go there. Flower pot. Do we have enough bricks? We do not. 1, 2, 3. Everything requires either the energized smelter or iron. Okay. 2 more pieces of iron to craft up the rest of the bits and bobs. Unless the... No. The rest of it does not require. And once this one's done, we'll pop this in so that we can craft up the rest of here. Million, okay. And the pity machine frame is going to require a block. We can definitely do that. Oh, we already have a flower pot. Never mind. Okay, plant sower. You're going to have to hang out in there until we can get the plant gatherer and some... and some more stuff, and some more cables. Wow, that copper really acted fast. I really wanted to get in there. I was like, no, no, no. It's gotta be me. Me. Okay. Metallurgic infuser, you still have 6 more to process. And that's where most of our iron went, right into here, processing for steel. Steel for the machines. So electrolytic separator. This one's primarily going to be iron and redstone. This in here? No, I cannot. Because that's the output. Will not accept things for the output. Okay. So we're still going to have to wait until this crafts up 14 more tiny dry rubber before we can finish off the next part. Just 14 more. It's doing good. It's doing good. Let's see. I have enough. Do I have enough for 2, 3, 4? Will this make wool? This will make wool. Do I have enough? This though. I don't have enough for 2. Ooh, okay, let's go tend to the field. See if we can't get enough. All the fibers build into all the different... systems so that we can make the wool. Make the wool. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we are good to go in that regard. We just need to make a ender pearl out of these, right? Ah. There we go. Two elevators. Thank you very much. we never have to use ladders again. Unless we want to. But not here, not in our house. We're an elevator house. Okay, sending those in to be enriched. Everything's working nicely. We are relatively close to where we're capped out on storage, and we are now draining again. Just have to be conscious of how much we're using, how much power we're using. So let's go make 2 stacks of these. Because the fiery glass can and shall be burnt. Because it burns well. And we're gaining, despite having 3 machines running all at the same time. Very nice. Very, very nice. Machines running and the refined storage system. Okay. So, next couple episodes, we will get into, we've gone overtime. We'll finish off getting into industrial foregoing. We'll have the resources to do that. And then in the near future, we will work on the ore quintupling. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode of Jester Kyle's Let's Play Valhelsia 3 YouTube series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. You guys take it easy now.